Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be diving into a really neat program called BatchPhoto, and this is BatchPhoto 5.0.
BatchPhoto is a comprehensive photo editing software that specializes in batch processing and automating repetitive editing tasks for images. It's designed to streamline the process of editing, enhancing, and transforming large numbers of photos simultaneously, saving time and effort for photographers, designers, marketers, and anyone else working with multiple images. This is BatchPhoto. The first thing I'd like to do is go ahead and thank the people over at Bits and Coffee for supplying me a key to go ahead and try this software and make a video about it. And just so you know, I'm not being paid whatsoever to say anything at all, and they're not sponsoring this video. So this is merely just a video just to show you my opinion and how cool I think this program really is. So please enjoy. This version of BatchPhoto is version 5.0 and is the Enterprise Edition. In this video, I will show you all the different features that this version has to offer, but depending on what you will use this product for, you have the option to choose a version that suits you best. So here is BatchPhoto, and the first thing you will see when you open this program up is the Welcome to BatchPhoto wizard. And I highly recommend that you go through this first so that you can get an idea how this program will work for you and just help you get a little more familiar about the different ways of working this for your own benefit. Okay, so whether you are a person just using it for personal use, if you are a small business or an enterprise, this will kind of get you on the right track. Of course, watching this video will help you as well, but I'm just trying to get you in the right direction. Okay, now what I would do is hit next, and then you'll see if you go into the video presentation mode button right there, the link, you will see that this has a little tutorial and videos that you can watch to go ahead and get yourself started and just kind of give you an idea of what certain things do, basically how things work. You can add date and time to your photos. You can convert your images if you need to convert your images. This is one of the ways you can do it. And then you could also resize your photos to a certain size for social media. There's just a vast amount of things you can actually do with this program. And this is just a little bit right here. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the rest here. The next thing you'll see down here on this wizard is a tutorial link. Click that, you'll go ahead and get a full instruction booklet on how this program works. This is very handy if you ever get stuck while using this program and you have just certain things now that you need to figure out. Okay, so let me go out of this. The next thing you'll see is the tutorial 2. This is the same thing, it's just opening up another link, and then the finish. I would just finish now, and then let me go ahead and show you the next steps. Okay, so of course we have our menu system up here. You can open a new batch, you can load a project, you can save a project, save as save profiles, save scripts, and then launch a monitor. I haven't tried that yet because I'm not an enterprise, and that's usually I think used for either a small business or enterprise, so I don't need that. But since I do have the Enterprise Edition, I do want to show you what it's capable of doing, so then you guys can make that decision if you need it for that purpose. Okay, let's see. The next thing that you'll see is settings menu. Go ahead and go into this. These are the settings that I currently have for BatchPhoto, and they work best for me at the moment. I don't need the wizard. The wizard was just to show you guys you know, what the wizard can do while I'm recording this video. And I would highly recommend that you check for new updates every time you start the program. That way you can get the latest version that is available to you with your, it's not a subscription, but with your paid for product. Okay, and then I will also use multi-core processors for speeding up the image processing as well. And then if per se you are a person that is running this for your business, you can also change certain things as well. And it all depends also on your hardware and your computer. but this program doesn't use very much system memory, so it does when it processes, but not while you're setting things up. It's pretty good. Okay. The next thing I would say is that you would go into image formats. Now you have multi-page settings, raw settings, and then basically just go through these and see what works best for you. These are my configurations. I would say that save each layer for a separate image works best for me at the moment. I can flatten the images if I'd like to. It doesn't matter. Just use what you think is going to work best for you. And then this one, I can't say that word very well, so I'm not going to try. But I would say you want it to work best for the algorithm or the camera model that you're using, okay? And then white balance, I'm using the camera settings as well. And then highlights, I'm blending my clipped and unclipped values together to make it work faster. Okay, so I'm gonna hit cancel on that because I already have them all set up. Next thing you'll see up here are your tabs for when you're going through the process. As you can see, it says step 1, step 2, setup, and then process. If you don't want to go there, you can always go to wizard and it has the same exact thing. And then over here, you'll see that you can add your photos, and you can also add just a folder or a subfolder. You can remove a batch of photos, and you can also view your metadata. It's not a lot of metadata, but it's just enough to show you what it is. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and open up a file here. And one thing that I highly recommend when you are setting this up, or when you are getting ready to do a batch edit, make sure you go through the memory card that you are doing this for, or the file, and pick the files that you want, so then you'll have this all ready to go when you do open this up in BatchPhoto. Now, of course, you can do that in there, but it's easier to do this because in your computer, you can actually see a better preview of the image, and you just go through your files in a better way. BatchPhoto is a different engine completely, and it may not process your image to view it as quickly as you like to, because it is determining the pixels and reading the metadata to get that image ready for you to work on. Okay, so I already have my batch set up. So that, as you can see here, I have my photos. Let's go ahead and select all your photos that you want to open up. Now, I do not have a lot, but I did that on purpose to just make the video go quicker, so then you guys can just see how this works. So let me go ahead and open up my photos. Okay, so as you can see, you have your raw photos all listed here in the add photos tab. And if you go ahead and change your view, you'll also see that you have your image name, your type of file, and then the date it was taken, and of course the dimensions, the size, and where the file is located, and of course the camera that you used. In this for this batch, I used pictures that were taken with the Nikon D7000, and I thought they were really cool because of the way that the images look. And you know what, you can use anything. If you did an event for a wedding, or if you did an event for any kind of ceremony or anything like that, you know, to use those images, and this program will do a pretty good job at getting what you want.
If you like this video so far, please make sure you hit that like button in the corner down below and subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot and helps this channel go even further. I really appreciate everybody that is watching this, and please leave a comment below if you have any questions about this. I'll do my best to answer it. All right, well, let's get back to the video.
So let's go ahead and move on to our next step. We're going to go to edit photos, and as you can see, as you can see, there is a live preview, and it will give you basically a raw version of this preview. Now, of course, in this program, you can open up TIFFs, PNGs, and JPEGs, and a lot of other file types. It just depends what you're using. Now, mostly I would say that you're going to either be using JPEGs or RAW files these days. If you have an older camera, you may even be using TIFF. or a different kind of camera, which I have Nikon, so you know, that's what I use. I use RAW files now, or even JPEG, depending on what I did. Anyway, so let's go ahead and add a filter. As you can see, BatchPhoto does have a nice variety of filters that you can use that are available to you. You can comment, you can add a date, you can add a watermark text, or even a watermark logo. You can auto rotate your images, auto crop them, replace the color, crop, flip, resize. Resize advanced, which is just changing the DPI of the image to make it a smaller image for social media. You can roll your images, rotate them, create a thumbnail, auto contrast your image, get some auto gamma in there, auto levels, brightness, contrast, color balance, equalize. There's so many things you can go through. One of my favorites is the oil painting one, but that does take a little bit longer to process because the pixels are being totally rendered in a completely different way. But I'll show you some sample images at the end of this video so then you guys can understand what this program is doing and why it is so cool. Okay, so let me go ahead and edit these images right here. I'm just going to go to contrast first. I'm going to add some nice contrast to this image right here. And as you can see, when it opens up, the loading little text down here will show you what it's doing. That's kind of like a little information section down there. So then when you are doing this, you know, you can add increments. You can type in a value if you want to, or you can actually just move the dial, which is pretty nice as well. And then you can actually just see a live preview. As you can see, it does take a minute to process down there because it is changing the raw image and getting it ready for a batch. Okay, so I added some contrast. If you want to see a preview of what you just did, just go ahead and hit switch view down here and you can actually kind of see the contrast. You can go into 100% as well. So if I did want to see what this is doing as well, I can look at the difference and you can actually see what it's doing right here. Just let it load a little bit and then you can see the contrast difference right there. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK because I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and let this thing process for a minute, and then I'm going to add another filter, and the next one I want to add is a saturation. Okay, so let me see here, where is it? Oh, go to touch up, and then I want to go to hue saturation, and then I want to go to hue saturation, and I'm going to add a value of like 35 to get these colors that I want. I'm not going to change the hue because I don't really see a hue that I want to change. And then if you want to, you can always change the lightness and darkness as well. Okay, and now I'm just going to hit OK. Okay, now one thing to note is that this program doesn't give you the preview of the image while you're editing on a different filter. Let me go ahead and give you an example with that right now. So the next thing I want to do is just add my watermark. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It does open up some submenus, which is nice, and it will actually give you what you're looking for. Let me go ahead and open up my logo that I want to add. And then I'm going to go ahead and position it the way I want to and, you know, make it the size and everything that suits me. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. And there's my logo. Okay, so that is just a small example of what this program can do. The next step I'm going to do is go ahead and just set up my documents. I'm going to go ahead and set up my images so then they'll go into a certain file where I want them. And so you'll see on this menu, this tab, that you have the output settings, format, and settings down here. Let's go ahead and go through these. You'll see that you can actually set up via email. You can send them via email. You can upload them to an FTP server. And then you can actually choose what you would like to do and how you would like to create a subfolder or anything like that. I would just do this, use selected folder, and then what I'm going to do is go into select, and then I'm going to create a new folder for myself. This is the best way I've seen that this works. Let's see, and then I'm going to go into, I'm just going to type in batch Balboa finished. Okay, so that's done, and now my file is made. So then I'm going to go ahead and select my folder down here, and then that part is done. Next, I'm going to go to format. I do want to make these JPEGs, and since they are JPEGs, I can't create a single multi-page document. That's only good for PDF and TIFF, which is fine. And then down here, I'm going to open the output folder after the process so that I can see what they look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this off right here because I want my dates and times to be different than my original photos, okay? And then I do not want to delete the source photos at all. So then the next thing you're going to do is go ahead and process your images. And yes, and you'll see that it actually goes and processes those images pretty quick once it gets going. Now, of course, depending on your system, it may go quicker. It just depends on what hardware you have and basically what you have installed in your computer, how much RAM and memory, all that stuff. Now, if you have a slower computer system, this will work. It just might take a little more time. And that's for any program out there, really. Even for, basic photo editing softwares. Okay, so now we have all our images right here. I'm going to go ahead and view them extra large so you guys can see what they look like. And as you can tell, I would say these images look pretty darn amazing. They have nice color and contrast, and my logo is on each and every one of them, and they just look really beautiful and nice for just a quick photo edit. And they're all processed, and I didn't have to do very much, and it just was such an easy thing to do. Okay, so highly recommend this product, highly recommend this. And just, let me just state this again, I'm not being paid to say this. This is just my own opinion. It's so easy to use this program, and it's so functional, and it just helps you get your pictures out there if you need to put them on social media or do anything with these images. It's just really handy. Even if you need to get these images to a client and say you need to give them a sheet of photos, that's going to make it easier for you to show them your work, and then they get pick photos that they like, then this is the way to go. This program will work for you, okay? All right, so after that, you go back into the program and you'll see that it's done. Hit OK. Now, of course, you can connect with them and on social media and get more information if you'd like to. That way you can keep up to date with what's going on with BatchPhoto and any new things that they have going on, okay? I'm going to say maybe later, but you can also do this if you'd like to. And the thing about this program is just so nice is that it is all completely changeable. You can actually edit all your edits right here, change everything on the fly, and reprocess if you need to. It's not a done deal. And you can go ahead and save your project as well. So if you want to come back to a later time, you can just save it. So it's very handy, very nice, and efficient, okay? Let me go ahead and show you some of my other photos that I have made with this. It's the same photo, but it's a little bit different. It is with the oil painting filter. I thought they were really cool, and it's just something that you can see that this program can do if you're interested in that kind of thing, okay? All right, here you go.
Well guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about BatchPhoto 5.0. If you did, please make sure you hit that like button in the corner and the subscribe button as well. It definitely helps me out on this channel. And for anyone who has already subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. You're amazing, and you are part of this awesome community that is making this channel grow to help other photographers grow and be part of something even bigger. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Please take care and have a great one. Bye.
If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to get notified when new videos get posted. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider checking out some of the other videos on the links at the end of this video.